Alright, so day one I blitzed through Arcadian normal just to, you know, just to get to the fights, just so I could get uploads to YouTube, you know, all the usual stuff, just so I could, you know, checklist all my content. This is my first time actually paying attention to the Arcadian second tier, the Cruiserweight story. Obviously, I paid attention to the first one, even if it has been like 9 months since I actually did it. But I think it'll be fine for the most part. I remember most of the important details from the first one. Souls under siege. Yana's face lights up at the sight of you. In terror? Has she seen my character? Hey, Slacka, you're just the person I wanted to see, said no one ever. Cruiserweight matches have yet to begin, but Nayuni and I have made some breakthroughs in our research about Psychoncosis. Come inside, we'll tell you what we've learned. Tell me everything! Hi, Nayuni. It's good to see you, Slacka. As you may have heard, we've managed to take up a lead regarding Psychoncosis. Psychoncosis. There you go. Listen, it's a lot of syllables. Psychoncosis. Before diving into the details, perhaps a refresher is in order. It's a rather complicated affair after all. Nayuni is a geek. Look at this room. She's all the computer screens, and then Black Cat and Wicked Thunder are the other ones. All the weight machines. Barely been crowned champion of the light heavyweight division before our sister, Eutrope, challenged you. She was intent on claiming your soul as a means to cure Psychoncosis. The illness appears to afflict those who use feral souls to an excessive degree, such as Arcadian fighters. We learned from Eutrope that the immortalized, who we thought lived in luxury in the upper levels, are actually dead, taken by disease. Since the revelation, we've looked for alternate ways to cure Psychoncosis, and we finally have some news to share. It's all thanks to Nayuni. Like Eutrope, she had a sense for electrope technology. She learned to do all sorts of things from tinkering on her own. Oh, Yana, don't give her the wrong idea. It's the people of Oblivion that we have to thank for our discoveries. I've attempted to access Everkeep's core systems for information on souls, you see. Can you ask them why I look like this? Unsurprisingly, I failed. What's more, an Oblivion member who was monitoring unauthorized access found me. She took me to task, scolding me to never again do something so reckless. When I had explained our predicament, however, she kindly shared research data Oblivion had acquired from Origenics. The data was quite difficult to parse, but I managed to find some relevant information. Namely, the military was well aware of Psychoncosis, having also sought to utilize feral souls. Furthermore, they had developed a method to identify the presence of the affliction. This brings us to our next move. Now that we're privy to this method, we feel we should use it to diagnose other fighters. They deserve to know if they're ill. It isn't right to leave them ignorant. Oh, Honeybee! I'm glad you agree. I can't sit idly by knowing that they might die. As Metem warned us, the President doesn't take kindly to those who get in his way. He'd be extremely unimpressed if we revealed the secret to those who you've yet to fight, and cause their withdrawal. Of course, you're still liable to incur the President's ire by becoming Grand Champion and releasing all the souls in the repository, but we should avoid getting in his crosshairs for as long as we can. Yeah, until he's the champion. That's why I propose we approach only those fighters you've already bested. As they're barred from fighting for a time, it wouldn't have an immediate impact on championship. There are still risks, however. Every time our fellow fighters use a feral soul, they bring themselves closer to Psychoncosis, including in a match against you. Which is why it's important we tell them the truth as soon as possible, so we can stop that from happening for good. Knowing what the illness has done to Eutrope, it feels nothing less than personal. Why are you smiling? Don't smile when she says that. To begin with, let's reveal the truth to Honey. Despite being rivals, we're actually quite close. Just a moment while I call her. I'll be your queen bee, honey bee, lovely. I'll be your one and only champion. She's busy as I expected, but can spare a moment for us. She's on her way here now. Honey manages to balance 2 careers at once. I can't help but admire her. I was frightened at first when Oblivion found me, but when I actually met its members, they all turned out to be quite nice. Hello, honey. So, what's this about then? I hope it's as urgent as you say it is. I guess she's got that big southern accent. I don't think I can pull that off without it being immediately insulting. My stars, you're serious, aren't you? Can I be afflicted as well? There's a way to diagnose you. Regulators are designed to monitor the state of the wearer's soul. If we connect yours to a terminal, we can confirm whether there are signs of disease. Please be at ease, Miss Honey. Your soul shows no signs of degradation. Gee, you can't say degradation around Final Fantasy fans! Truly. Oh, what a relief. I shudder to imagine how I might be affected by such a dreadful disease. You're fine too, I suppose? You joined the Arcadian well after I did, after all. Well, I haven't gotten any symptoms yet. Yana was so eager to prove herself, she utilized feral souls numerous times when training. So when I examined her, we found that she's on the threshold of developing the disease. For mercy's sake, Yana, we're forbidden from training with feral souls. And knowing what I know now, I'd say it's because the president doesn't want us to die too early. It'd be bad for entertainment. At any rate, neither of us should use feral souls again. Which means we can't fight in the Arcadian anymore. Alright then, I'll retire. That was easy. Really? I wasn't expecting you to decide so quickly. Oh, the music. While I've graced countless magazine covers and concert stages, I never shine so brightly as when I fight in the ring, it's true. But everything I've done was so that I could bask in the adoration of the people. I couldn't do that if I were dead now, could I? So I'll look for another avenue to apply my talents, and you can be sure that I'll succeed. After all, I'm Honeybee Lovely, the brightest star in the sky. They really wanted to use the theme again. Now then, I'm scheduled to appear on a broadcast, so I must be on my way. Thanks for the warning, my dears. You're lifesavers. She really is something, honey. Right, that leaves one other fighter I'd like to inform. The Brute Bomber, who you defeated to become the light heavyweight champion. We're not exactly friends, but I won't abandon him either. He's not likely to answer when called, though, so I need to visit him at his home, residential radius 911. He's gonna need to go to his home to get over the beating I gave him. Better call 911. I like the quick little Honeybee cameo, just to give her a clean bill of health so she can continue to be an idol. Making sure to do our part to keep our Honeybee healthy. We jogging. that required a longer sip. Well, by adding jogged, you don't really need Peloton. Sweet, sweet coffee! I like you. Anyway. Except that they said sweet coffee, so they might not be drinking it black, but they might just mean that coffee in its essence of existence is sweet. Because it's like sweet to the soul. I always carry a personal terminal with me so we can check for the illness when we arrive in the apartment. No, movement speed buffs don't stack. It just takes whichever one is the fastest. Here we are. Let's hope he's willing to hear us out. You're all so cute. I could eat you up. Meow. Meow. Meow, meow. Yeah, give him the scritches. I like the coral kitten in the back. Meow. Why do they flock only to you? It's hardly fair. Well, these are my kittens. If you don't like it, you can go back to your women. Rub salt in the wound, will you? You know full well she left me. Come on, little ones. Come to me. It's not how cats work. That man there is Eutrope's. I mean, oh, I see what happened here. I mean the champion of the Cruiserweight division. This poses a problem. We can't reveal the truth with him here. Huh? The blazes are you doing here? You want to get your asses kicked? You are Slacker, the unenhanced warrior, yes? The Howling Blade at your service. It's a pleasure to meet you, and I hope we have the chance to meet in the ring soon. You'll be the whimpering blade when I'm finished with you. No. Lest you wonder, I do not make a habit of wearing a regulator. My parents didn't believe in using them. Yana and her sisters were raised in similar values, as I recall, before adapting at Eutrope's insistence. However, I still use a regulator in battle like every fighter, except you. I didn't know you two were friends. Mm-hmm. Surprised that a reviled heel like him and a beloved face like me get along? Truth is, we've known each other since childhood. We just can't seem to get rid of each other. We both couldn't fit in any of the jobs that were introduced to us, and got up to all manner of mischief together. We would have likely carried on like that if the president of the Ascension Arcadia hadn't come and taken us in. Though it isn't easy being a fighter, we felt like it was our calling. Believe it or not, he used to be so shy that he could hardly form a sentence. But when he became Brute Bomber, it was as if he was reborn. Shut up! They don't need to know that! Thinking back, we owe everything to the Arcadian. To the President. That we do. Well, I've seen the kittens as I had intended, so I'll take my leave now. Till next time, Slacker. So what do you want? There's something you need to know. Can we stand closer together and not so far apart? Lies. The president would never. I have the results of the examination. I'm afraid his soul already shows signs of psychonecrosis. What? That's nonsense. Ugh. That's not good. As the soul is eaten away, it loses its connection to the body, leading to bouts of intense dizziness, the early symptoms of the disease. If left unchecked, the body will continue to weaken until... The Arcadian means a lot to you. I know, it means a lot to me too. But you need to retire. You're already ill. Until we can find a cure, the only way to prevent your condition from worsening is to stop fighting. Enough. I won't listen to any more of your nonsense. Get out of my sight. We've done what we could. It's up to him what he does now. Let's go home. Howling Blade, you about to rat on us? Look, your cats don't want anything bad to happen. Yeah, I've hung out with Northern Lion and Kate a few times. Lovely Momo. Not in a great many years, but... I haven't also traveled at all the last several years, so I don't know when I would have. The president will be the final boss. Of the heavyweight division, at least. Howling Blade is the last boss of this one. Don't know how a Fenrir becomes a Gundam, but at least he's got a tail smile. She still plays on occasion, Nio. Did one of the battle challenges with her, I think in 2016. It was difficult to tell Mr. Brute his diagnosis. Not only Eutrope, but the Brute Bomber too. We need to find a cure as soon as we can. According to Eutrope, the remedy is an infusion of an extremely dense soul. That's why she targeted you. The data from Orogenics seems to support this. Though it was only a hypothesis, the researchers believe reinforcement from a dense soul could be an effective treatment. But this isn't the solution we seek. We'll find another way. I'll scour an ocean of data if I have to. For all her searching, Eutrope could only find one cure. Still, something about her actions doesn't sit right with me. The Eutrope I know wouldn't think to save herself at the cost of someone else's life. I can't help but feel like she's hiding something. Hello? Alright, understood. That was Metem. Cruiserweight matches are ready to begin, and he wants us to meet him in the green room. Then best of luck with your next match, Mr. Slacker, and please be safe. I'm glad they did a good job with the Arcadian story. The first part definitely got me in the door, and the second part's already kind of doing things that I enjoy. It feels good to know the bosses I'm fighting are characters in the story and not just like you know, whatever. Like, one of the things I always have an issue getting attached to with raid bosses is when they're just like, they're just bodies, right? Like, when you look at Pandemonium, like, I mean, I don't really hate fighting the hippo, whatever his name is, or Phoenix or whatever. It's not like I have anything against fighting things like that, or the carbuncle or whatever, but it's like, I prefer when there's some form of continuity between all the experiences that doesn't feel like it's just like, they were just like, oh, what's a cool looking boss? Yeah, a wrestling story definitely helps fulfill that. Good morning, Miso. Hey, Dancing Green. Ah, here it is at last. I don't remember what his voice sounds like. That's better. This drab room was begging for a touch of color. Love your work, by the way. A match with you is sure to be a font of inspiration. We're gonna get down, you and I. Yes, we are. He's dancing off into the other room. Bro can't even walk, he can only dance. As you have surmised, they are your rivals in the Cruiserweight division. And I understand you're already acquainted with the champion. I am counting on you to captivate the audience once more with rousing combat. Make the very walls of the Arcadian shake with excitement. I wouldn't mind throwing hands with Metem. Although, I don't know. I still feel like the president is not, like, secretly Metem somehow. Like, the fighters in this division are characters too, eh? There's far more to them than showmanship. As you already know, Cruiserweight fighters utilize more potent feral souls. Their attacks pack a heavier punch, so you'll need to brace yourself and be fully prepared. Quest number 2. Ready, are you? Good. Let the Unstoppable Upstarts Cruiserweight campaign begin. Dancing King! Right, let's take a look at your first opponent. Dancing Green! The Verdant Reveler, Dancing Green. He's a shameless playboy who loves partying the night away in pubs and clubs. Even his Arcadian bouts he treats as parties where he's the center of attention. Using the soul of a terrible toad, he gains heightened physical prowess and seamlessly incorporates dance moves into combat. Victory will come down to how well you ride the rhythm. Your best bet might be to treat the fight as a party as well. Let yourself go with the flow, and you might just be surprised by what follows. Now then, go and show that party animal you've got moves of your own, and seize your first victory in the Cruiserweight division. I'm gonna make a PF for this. Cries in Boogie. Alright, let's see. Let's do PF 1227 for our Cruiserweight match. Yeah, that's fine. Passwords 1227 on Ether. I always love the green room music too. I mean, Black Cat, the green room, and Wicked Thunder are all the same motif. And it's a good motif. We need a DPS, a tank, and a healer for M1 through... Well, I mean, I guess you don't have to stay for all 4 of them because I'm going to be reading cutscenes. Password is 1227. On my way. So you want to know what's funny? So ages ago, and by the way, this alert is turned off, so do not do it in response to me telling you this. I have an alert for 10,000 bits. Somebody put my face on Shane McMahon, and it's his intro music, but with my face over it. That was Wolf, who I haven't seen in ages. My alerts are off for this, so if you do it, it won't go through, so don't do it to see it. Because it won't show up. So, just letting you know. Anyone else on the way? We need 3 bodies. Ugh. Do it later, yeah. Yeah, I know you're on the way, Rogan. Yeah, here comes the money. Here comes the money. Money, 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 money. Dollar, dollar. Dollar, dollar. Bling, bling. After I'm done with the story, I'm coming back in and doing 2 more runs of each of these, by the way. No, we're not. The alerts are off right now. I'm not turning them back on until we're done with the story. Oh, okay, Silent. No problem. I'll wait. Smile. Yeah, I know Rogan's on the way. I don't know if anyone else is on the way. But we have 3 slots. Passwords 1227 on Ether. How was raid last night? It was fine. We started by letting the people who were blind try to figure out what to do, and then like after an hour we were like, okay, we only have 3 hours of raid. By the way, this is how it's done. Let's go. It was fine up until Bloom 3, and then I was like, yeah, we gotta move on the way. All right, we have 2 spots. Rogan's here. Looks like it is a tank and a healer spot. Oh yeah, and it's not Mr. Happy in the PF. It's Slackahapicus in the private PF. Since I'm on my alt, I should have remembered to say that. It's on the screen. Yeah, but when somebody's not like thinking of looking at my name because they think they know my character name off the top of their head. So instinct might say look for Mr. Happy. Which theme? I don't know. I really like 6, 7, and 8. 5 is good. 5 is really good for the fight, and it's like okay on its own. But 6, 7, and 8 are all pretty bangerific. All right, there's a healer spot. Now there's not. All right. I know Ren said they had used the restroom real quick, so let's do that. And if you can't stay for all of them, it's fine. Because I'm reading through the cutscenes and everything. Cruiserweight M1. Dance the night away. Let's boogie. The toes. Hello, hello, Dancing Green.
Are you ready to get down?
I'm always ready to get down.
The Upstart's Cruiserweight campaign begins.
I'm doing the hustle. Sure can. Two-snap twist.
We're just getting started. Keep grooving, baby.
I love that it's to the theme. I'm so glad they just did that. That's one of those details that I grow to appreciate very quickly. When the fact that the song itself has like a different in-combat version just so it can match with all the mechanics. Disco Infernal. I think that's just his raid wide. Yep.
Bask in the spotlight and burn, baby, burn. An invitation to dance. How will the challenger respond?
Oh, they don't move. Oh, yes, they do. It's time to dance. Celebrate good times. That's the generic raid wide.
Come on, show me your moves.
That's what the DDR announcer says. Show me your moves. Oh, I mean, he says that, and so does Captain Falcon, to be fair. But, you know, they both say it. Falcon punch. No, he does Falcon kick. That's for certain. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I'm happy, Nio. The Frog Dancers.
Try to keep up now.
Afro Frogs is just such a decision. Frog Ross.
There's no tomorrow.
Stay. Swap. 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 Stay. Swap. Swap.
Let's finish with style.
Perfect groove. Damage dealt is increased.
The crowd's loving it. Back to it, dancers.
The Frog Turret. This actually took me a second to see it correctly when I was doing it before. I think this one's just the middle is safe one.
Show us some electrifying moves.
Yeah, it's P8S. And I wasn't good at seeing it there either, to be completely fair. Yeah, this one is the second half here is the one that gets people. This is middle unsafe. It's middle unsafe. Oh, I wasn't even looking at him.
The challenger's down. Is this the end?
4 snap twists.
They're back on their feet. Let's see if they can stay standing.
This is middle safe. There's only one of them available in the middle here, so.
Rise it again.
Wow, you actually made it to that one. I'm surprised that that works. That you can actually make it all the way over to it. Guys!
Dancers, take it away.
Bun down.
Yeah, baby. I feel the fever coming.
I came pretty close. I mean, I took 200,000. That's, I don't know how close you want to call that.
Reach the fever pitch. All eyes on the dancing green. Dance like there's no tomorrow.
Stay. Swap. 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 Stay. Swap. Hey, EJ.
Let's finish with style.
Give me my buffs. Perfect groove.
Groovy moves. The crowd's loving it.
It's only 20 seconds of groovy moves. What about movie grooves?
Come on, show me your moves. We're just getting started. Keep grooving, baby.
Keep in mind that it's a first tier Savage fight, so they probably won't do too many, and I quote, gross things with the frogs. The frogs, like, changing their direction in the middle of, like, the sequence is not unheard of. Like, maybe the second half of the frog swap after, like, after the fourth frog goes out, but, like, it's not gonna be anything too crazy. Alright, I'm not taking any loot. Not right away, at least. Alright. Well fought, Slacker. This victory, you've proven yourself a force to be reckoned with in the Cruiserweight division. Damn right. Right then, let's ride this wave of momentum towards our next victory. Oh yeah, there's definitely going to be like light party stacks or something for those. Yeah, I didn't have tank spot met. And here is your next opponent. fighter who lives and breathes art. She uses the ring as her gallery. Sugar Riot. Before coming to the Arcadian, she was a graffiti artist, you see. Most of the graffiti you see in Solution 9 was either by her or by those imitating her style. By injecting herself with the soul of a deadly pudding, she's able to concoct special paint that can cause actual change to reality, even the ring itself. To her, fighting is a medium for her art, a means of expressing herself. Her imagination is boundless, and you have to take care not to be overwhelmed, staying calm no matter what she throws at you. If you can manage that, you'll surely overcome Sugar Riot. Continue on your way to the top of the Cruiserweight division. After this, Brute Bomber gets to make very bad decisions. Alright. Once you're off of a botany, I will cue us in. Because I'm not a cat girl. Also, she had a pretty deep voice. Although Wicked Thunder's is way deeper. Don't take this personal, but I must have your soul. One second, popping the volume. Very colorful. Got her little Splatoon face on the ground here.
What inspiration will you give me, I wonder?
Welcome to Sugar Riot's Gallery of Levels.
Also, the crowd is, once again, very funny. If you didn't look at the crowd. They've all got the slime hats on and everything. Extreme was great. It's one of the best extremes we've had in a while. Slightly too close. Oh, also slightly too close. That means it's probably north-south batch, I'd assume. Yep. I like the part after the round we all fall down. Ashes to ashes to ashes.
An image comes to me. I hope you like it.
Now we get to look forward to the pulse mix to this song.
sunshine.
Only a little more sunshine. Not much. I'm pretty pale.
When I think desert, I think of these prickly fellows.
I heckin' love cacti.
It's a veritable storm of needles.
Yeah, that's the only one that's a little weird, is that second to last one.
Oh, I know.
Now we need a sinkhole.
Quicksand? Oh, you don't want to get caught in that.
Whee! We got Splatooned!
What's your favorite color?
I don't know, I'm colorblind. Thanks for being insensitive. Jerk.
When you can't decide on one thing.
What's your favorite shade of gray? All 50 of them.
Amazing, they clearly anticipated that attack.
What do you say to a refreshing river skate?
I love water.
A crystal clear river. How charming.
I want to splish splash in the water. Yeah, you don't want to be on land for that.
Just down. Is this the end?
Just like you don't want to be in the water for this one.
They're back on their feet. Let's see if they can stay standing.
This is no good. It needs a touch of thunder, a dash of downpour.
It doesn't need either of those things. It really doesn't.
A thunderstorm has turned the waters muddy. How frightening.
I have it. Some destruction to facilitate deconstruction.
Can't wait for these bridges to get destroyed.
I hate these little parasols.
Which way is it gonna go? Oh, okay. It can go the other way. Bop!
Oh no, that was too much for the
Somebody done got bopped.
The challenger rises again. Can they turn this around?
No, I think we're doomed. I mean, you don't have to be all the way down here. There's 2 other safe spots. There's one right next to where the boss was. I just went to the first one I saw.
Effortlessly dodged.
Look at the angry faces. She's so mad. Now time for the goat. Thanks, RefBot.
The match is decided. Victory goes to the challenger.
Yeah, they didn't just use the original voice for Metem. The same lines for like people being knocked out and stuff. It's just on the ground. Well done, Slacker. I knew you could do it. Your next match will be against the Cruiserweight champion himself. But seeing as we have a bit of time, there's something I'd like to tend to first. I wanted to tell Dancing Green and Sugar Riot about Psychoncosis and see if they've developed any symptoms. We have to save them too if we can. I've borrowed Nayuni's terminal, so we'll perform the examination here in this room. Rest assured I've already checked for listening devices. The 2 should be here any moment. So, what's this about? Are we having a party here? If that's the case, I'll excuse myself. I'm rather keen to give form to the inspiration you've given me. Yes, there's a total of 4 competitors. You just happen to be one of the competitors. Well, I'm relieved to say you haven't manifested the disease yet. You're both dangerously close to doing so. Just one more feral soul injection could push you beyond the brink. Be wise to stop fighting in the Arcadian. Oh, talk about a downer, baby. It's all very sudden, and I struggle to accept it. But for both you and Honey to retire, there must be some truth to your words. It's no easy thing to retire, I know. But for your own safety, I ask that you give it careful consideration. I've made up my mind. I'll retire. It doesn't leave the room, but I've always struggled to play the part of Dancing Green. To maintain the persona of a party animal, I've had to spend night after night out on the town. When I'm not doing that, I'm practicing dance in the studio. It's utterly exhausting. Soul-crushing. I pushed through it all because I didn't want to disappoint the fans. But this revelation sets me free. Now he's dancing free! Wait, he's not dancing anymore either. He's just free! Dancing used to be my passion. Perhaps I can learn to love it again. No, he's still dancing. Dancing free! I always thought you were a genuine party animal, living only to revel. I think it was actually a burden on your shoulders. Yeah, I've already forgotten exactly what his voice sounded like. The ring has been my precious studio. It's saddening to think I won't be able to step in it again. But it was on the streets that I started plying my craft, and this revelation might be a sign telling me to go back to my roots. So I'll do just that. I'll go back to a time when the whole city was my studio, and its walls my canvas. And truth be told, seeing you fight without a feral soul helped me realize that maybe it's just alright to be myself. I'm relieved. Thank you for listening. Well, we'd rather not die, of course. And it's you we have to thank for warning us. We're liable to attract suspicion if we stay here too long. We'll discuss when to break the news to management at a later date. Yes, you know, Austin Powers doesn't sound right either for that. Thankfully, those two have other places to employ their talents, like Honey. To be the Brute Bomber and Howling Blade, however, the Arcadian is everything. It isn't easy for them to retire. This, I know better than most. But it's a matter of life and death. Well, Brute Bomber is going to clearly choose one over the other. In any case, our priority for now is to win the title match. Let's return to the gym and prepare. Yeah, because he's going to need an ambulance when I'm done with him, Flo. I know what you were thinking, but I'm going with the other, probably more likely scenario. We're gonna need an ambulance, but not for me. Nini will be relieved to hear that both Dancing Green and Sugar Riot plan to retire. Come, let's share the good news. Thank goodness you're here. We have an emergency. Look at this.
Hand over all the feral souls you've got.
This is unbelievable, folks. Just when we thought the Brute Bomber couldn't sink any lower, it seems he now intends to use unregulated feral souls. And several of them at once, besides. The madman's going to turn himself into an abomination. This is a violation of the rules. You'll be banned for this.
Shut your bloody trap and get out of my way.
Oh!
Hey, unstoppable upstart. If you're watching this, come and find me in the demolition site on the 8th level. We're gonna fight again. And this time, I'm gonna destroy you, you hear me? I'm going to destroy you.
That's so WWE. That idiot. Instead of listening to us, he's gone and done this. The general public is unaware, but the doping tonic the Brute Bomber imbibes during his matches is actually a harmless prop he uses as part of his ring persona. That's why his matches continue even when he's disqualified. Using multiple feral souls at once, however, is expressly forbidden due to the extreme danger it poses. Doing so warps the flesh irreversibly, turns you into an abomination, as Mr. Metem said. In the worst case, it will kill you. This is likely because it greatly accelerates the soul's degradation, leading to Psychoncosis. You went and told him about the disease, didn't you? Despite my warnings, you went and told him. Sorry, but we couldn't simply leave this to fate. Well, he ended up taking the matter to the president, who naturally denied the existence of the disease. And naturally, the Brute Bomber chose to believe him. That's not all. The President has sanctioned a grudge match between him and you, on one condition. In order to stand a chance, he has to inject multiple feral souls for the fight. I made a great fuss on the broadcast about the use of unregulated feral souls, but it's all staged. Everything is according to the President's script. He wants to get rid of you, and he's using the Brute Bomber to do so. The Brute Bomber is already exhibiting symptoms of Psychoncosis. This will kill him. I know. I tried to talk him out of it as well, but he refused to listen. For him, the President's orders are absolute. Make no mistake, the match will go ahead. Even should you ignore his challenge, the Brute Bomber will inject himself with the assembled feral souls and come for you. Besides, if you still intend to become Grand Champion and release all the souls in the Arcadian's repository, I fear there's no way except through this fight. So prepare as best you can and meet me in the Arcadian. I will have a chauffeur take us up to the venue. I'm coming too. I'm the one who caused all this by revealing the disease to Brute Bomber. Least I can do is be there. We gotta get the President. Get down here, Shane. This bumbling buffoon. Why gotta be this way, Brute? Master Slacker, I've awaited your arrival. It will be my pleasure to escort you via air wheeler to the location of your match, the 8th level demolition site. All has been made ready. The broadcasting equipment is in place. And rest assured, the device for manifesting your allies is as well. Just say the word and we shall depart. We'll stop him, Metem. Brute, stop this madness at once. You'll place your life in danger.
Danger? Ha! Who do you think you're talking to? I'm the Vile Heat, the most heinous, most despised fighter in the history of the Arcadian. I fear nothing and spit on the rules. I do whatever the hell I need to win.
Wait! Oh! He's gone and done it! He's injected himself with several feral souls and transformed into a terrible chimerical fiend. He's no longer the Brute Bomber, but the Brute Abominator. Yana, we can't stay here. It's far too dangerous. But I can fight too. Slacker. Alright, I'm counting on you to knock some sense into this fool. I mean, sense is not the thing that I'm going to knock into him. The Brute Abominator. Why do you have to do this to yourself, Brute Bomber? Alright, let me just ready check. Time to jam. Yeah, he did it for us. Morning, Zenobius. Community is goated for figuring out this was Brute Bomber also. It was like everyone figured it out so quick. I think we'll start on this arena, yeah.
To take it outside, the brute Abominator means business. Will the unenhanced warrior be able to contend with this chimerical foe?
Yeah, the bracelet was real quick.
He's used his feral power.
That is out and tank buster.
Oh, a brutal blow, but the contender is standing firm.
You have to remember that there's a stack marker here too. Oh, so for anyone who never figured it out, the ads are specifically used. Alright, I didn't silence that one. Okay. In order to body block the conal, the what's it called? The petrify. That's what this is for. Any of them can be used to body block. I like that this ended up being... Yo, why are these cameras bombs? I mean, I know it's staged, but still. This is in and tank buster. That's get knocked north. I'm gonna save my twos until after we get over there.
Oh, he's a rival flying. What fearsome strength. Goodness me, the brute Abominator is hanging on the building.
That's out. Does he jump for this one or not? Yes, he does. I couldn't remember if he did jump for that one or not. That was interesting looking. We know what one of the... Oh my goodness. Glower is a dead giveaway to what one of his feral souls is. You can deduce all of his feral souls based on all of his mechanics, to be fair. Those are Marlboro vines on his back. He's got the Cyclops eye. Yeah, I think he's got a Kotobel Pass as well. That's where the Petrify comes from. Power Slam!
We'll send cameras in there at once. The destruction appears to have started a fire.
Yeah, that'll do it. There's the Spore Sacks again. Alright, that's away. And then it's going to be that plus Lariat. Whop! And then he should come over to this one. And that should be in over here. And then Party Stack in the middle. Hello, Wicked. Wow, these things got obliterated.
What a thrilling battle this, and it rages on.
Had a few Petrifies in there, I see. When does that snapshot? At the end of the cast. That's out. I forgot there even was a solo one. Where are you going first, pal? That's in. Flashing Lariat. And then he should be on the should be away from the other wall, yeah. Easier pattern, definitely always getting the out second. God, I'm really looking forward to this tier. Stabbing time. That's what I do, Kagome.
What power! Looks like someone isn't holding back.
That's not good. He's not even untransforming. That's especially not good.
The match is decided. Victory goes to the challenger. It's all over. Until next time.
Yeah, he wasn't exactly trying to be alive at the end of that fight. It's no good. We're too late. All those feral souls took their toll. The president had the broadcast cut the instant the match ended, so as to not reveal the terrible side of the entertainment. He remains furious that you divulged information on Psychoncosis. I'll do my best to appease him, but I fear little will come of my efforts. Not the cats! Thank you, Howling Blade. I never thought you'd be the first to go, old friend. But worry not. I will join you soon. You don't mean... I'm afraid so. I've been suffering the same symptoms for a while now, but I didn't understand how serious they were until I overheard your conversation. I too have psychonecrosis. Your sister and I began experiencing bouts of dizziness at the same time, not long before she disappeared without a word. I realize now she must have been searching for a way to fight her fate. But I chose to accept mine. You come from beyond the barrier, Slacker. No doubt you find it unsettling we use souls to cheat death. Having been raised without regulators, I felt much the same. To me, those who wore them lived a bland and numbing existence, devoid of tension and excitement. The jobs arranged for me were tedious, and there was no way to escape this nation's dreary reality. But I finally found joy in the Arcadian. Being my fighting persona is everything to me, like it was for my friend. If the price for that is to die from psychonecrosis, I will gladly pay it when the time comes. Come, little one. Cat doesn't understand. Okay, Cat understands. Cat sad. Meow. Why you gotta make me sad, game? How can he accept death so readily? Yeah, he's got to take care of all the cats now. Who's going to take care of the cats? Damn it all. Doesn't have to be this way. I'm sorry, Slack. It's just all so frustrating. You did what you could, and I'm truly grateful. The president's wasted no time covering things up. After retrieving the brute bomber's body, the company announced that he's chosen to retire with this defeat. So the matches at the Arcadian will continue. But after a delay, it'll be a while before your Cruiserweight title fight. Not that long. Say, I wonder when Miyuni's gone. She wasn't here when I returned. That's not good. After what happened, I can't help but feel worried. I'll see if I can locate Miyuni via her terminal. I'm sure the president wouldn't also kidnap a small child. It's not like Shane McMahon's ever kidnapped. Never mind. What? She's outside Everkeep. She's never gone off without a word like this. Something isn't right. I'm sorry, Slacker, but could you help me find her? The signal from her terminal suggests she's somewhere in East Yasulani. Listen, the adults aren't geniuses, so someone has to be. According to the signal, the uni should be in this area. Nauni, you had me so worried. What are you doing here? I'm sorry. Eutrope contacted me saying she needed to speak urgently. We were supposed to meet, but she hasn't come. Forgive me, Nauni. I didn't want to use you, but I had no other choice. This is not the time for this! It didn't work the first time. Eutrope, please don't do this. It's too late. There's no going back. If you won't back down... then neither will I! Damn! Easy. From the start, I thought it strange you try to take another's life to save your own. But the truth is, you aren't trying to save yourself. You want to save the man you love. Not only him, every fighter in the heavyweight division suffers from Psychoncosis. Even so, they continue to trust the president. He saved them all in some way, helping them during dark times in their lives. The Howling Blade, Retsara. It's no different. He chose to remain at the Arcadian rather than be with me. That's why I decided to act alone. My friends were determined to fight until they died. I'd find a cure no matter the cost. That's not good. That was the thing that pushed you over. Not you two. The uni warned me this might happen, but I had to stop you. Honestly, I don't know what to do with the pair of you. Nauni. We're sorry, Nauni. There's no more need to fight. I think we can save everyone. Well, except Brute Bomber. He's dead. A treatment for Psychoncosis that doesn't require Slacker Soul. I believe I found it. What? But I scoured all the data. There's no such thing. Yeah, but you're not a child genius. You looked at the data in the Arcadian's archives, I believe. But thanks to the people of Oblivion, I was able to gain access to the military's research logs. There I came across something called the regeneration factor. Regeneration factor? What is it? When one is ill or injured, the body naturally attempts to repair itself, yes? The regeneration factor is the force stimulating that recovery as part of life's design. Apparently, Lindblom scientists have developed a stimulant to enhance their soldiers' regeneration factor. This is what we need. But that was centuries ago. Does the stimulant even still exist? As a matter of fact, it was clearly indicated in a report that its formula has been determined. The problem is, the formula itself wasn't mentioned. We'll need to investigate further, and for this, we'll need your help, Eutrope. After what I've done, I don't expect you to forgive me. But I mean it when I say I'm truly sorry. It's okay. I just like fighting bosses. Eutrope. She's only fainted. Thank goodness. We best take her home so she can rest. I shoot things with bow and arrow. Oh, she must be in the other room. To think that Yana's manifested the illness as well. We need to figure out this formula for the stimulant as soon as possible. Eutrope's resting upstairs. Her psychonecrosis is quite severe, so she needs to stay still until we can treat her. You should worry about yourself too, Yana. You manifested the illness now. Sorry, Niuni, but I couldn't just stand there and let Eutrope harm Slacker. I could have stopped her myself, you know. That's true. Given that Eutrope has become weaker, you probably could have fended her off alone. I didn't need to intervene. You seem to be fine for the moment, but if you feel the least bit unusual, you have to let us know, alright? Now, even as we work on the cure, matches at the Arcadian will continue. That being the case, we should also continue trying to convince fighters to retire. The first being Howling Blade, your next opponent. We have to save him, for Eutrope's sake not least of all. But how can we convince him when he's determined to fight until he dies? If it so happens that I have a plan. We'll confront him on a broadcast and challenge him to a wager. Whoever loses the title match will be forced to retire from competition. Oh, so we put on a public show to generate excitement, just like they do at the Arcadian. Exactly. The people's eyes on him, the Cruiserweight champion would be hard-pressed to refuse. And once everyone starts talking about it, even the president would have to let it go ahead. But how will we do the broadcast? We haven't heard from Metem for a while now, and the Arcadian wouldn't cooperate with us. We'll ask Honey for help. She hosts a broadcast of her own watched by countless viewers. We'll use it to ensnare the wolf. I'll contact Honey right now. And she's on board. We're going to lie in wait at the Mosaic. That's where the Howling Blade is known to unwind before his matches. When he appears, issue your challenge and do whatever it takes to get him to accept it. I'll stay here and look after Eutrope. Best of luck to you. We're collabing with Honeybee. We're collaborating. Oh, sir. Listen, I just fixed what somebody else said. They put it in my head. Don't berate me for that. That one's me. There you are. Now that all the performers are in place, it's time to steal the audience. I mean, begin our broadcast. Hello, my obedient little bees. It's me, Honeybee Lovely, with a special edition of This'll Sting. Today we have a pair of very distinguished guests, the fabulous fierce Black Cat and the unstoppable upstart Slacker. And goodness, do they have a surprise for Slacker's next opponent, the valiant Howling Blade. Nice hat. Huh? What's this about? Slacker wants to say something to you. Hi. The loser of our match has to retire. You have taken me aback, I must say. The notion that I would lose is laughable. But even if I should, I have no intention of retiring. Is the whimpering wolf afraid of losing? You're naive if you think I'll play into your hands. That's weak for a champion, if you ask me. I'll bet he's really just afraid to lose. He clearly has no confidence. You're a champion, so act like one. Accept the bloody challenge. So this was their plan. At this rate, my reputation will be in tatters. Fighting is everything to me. If you're demanding that I wager my purpose in life, it's only fair you do the same. So tell me, what gives your life meaning? I'll say fighting formidable foes. We're not so different then, you and I. Like you, I find joy in the heat of the battle. Feel the most alive when I'm squaring off against a formidable foe. In any case, if that's what gives your life meaning, then that's what you must give up should you lose. If you agree, then we have a wager. Did you hear that, dear viewers? For their hotly anticipated clash, the two rivals are wagering their very purpose in life. This is not a match you can afford to miss. Thank you, Honeybee. Well, we managed to pull it off. It was no small part thanks to the nearby customers. Did we do well, Miss Honey? Oh, yes, you did extremely well. Thank you all so much for the help. Look, it's chat. So that's how it is. You really are something else. Well, the rest is up to you. For everyone's sake and Brute's memory, see to it you send the Howling Blade into retirement. Right, all that's left is to win. Come, let's head to the green room. Chat coming to the streamer's aid. I mean, grief come to my aid. Honestly, what's the difference anymore? I mean, Bard is what I play, so yeah. This is it, Slacker. The Cruiserweight title match. Let's seize victory and continue on our mission. Okay. Yeah, chat greased me by coming to my aid when I asked them not to. We're here to help! I told you not to help! Howling Blade is a worthy champion, but again and again you've cut through the competition. Confident you'll do the same this time. Alright, let's take a closer look at your opponent. Next opponent, the lone wolf of the Arcadian, the Howling Blade. Before becoming a fighter, he was a hunter known for... Before he was a fighter, he was a hunter known for his unparalleled skill with the blade. Word ultimately reached the president, who recruited him to the Ascension Arcadia. Owing to his good, clean looks, he was immediately embraced as a baby-faced fighter, and he dazzles the crowd with his fantastical ring and blade of pulsating light. With the soul of a Fenrir, a legendary wolf, he's able to unleash slashes that are devastating as they are fast. You'll need to stay on your toes at all times. Now march into the wolf's den, Slacker, and show him you're no mere prey. And finally, M4. Or ideas. She's probably in bed. Alright, let me do a quick ready check. Well, Cruiserweight M4. That's what it says in the duty finder.
With his fearless blade work and preternatural agility, he's the apex predator of the Cruiserweight division, the Howling Blade!
Howling Blade! It's got skills with a weapon. Sir, you've got a mecha suit. Yeah, he literally has Mateus's hair. Let's begin, shall we? Yes. I love being ranged here. I just get to do this. As a melee, though, you do get to hop all around, which is probably a good bit of fun.
toying with my prey.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
The challenger's down! Is this the end?
Can you fend off a pack of wolves?
Yes.
My troop! The earth is mine to command.
No. I deny you. Ow.
Not bad. Not bad. But we've scarcely begun.
You're gonna need a lot more than that, sir. Good thing they just buffed Layden's bite. Alright. I'll just go around next time. It's like, they'll come. They won't. That's where I got used to people going when I did it day one. They just would sandwich themselves between the AoE every time. So it's like, that's what I'll do. Those were a lot closer than the AoEs when we were doing it yesterday, though.
Bear my biting wings.
Yeah, that's just every time I did it yesterday. Everyone kept going in between. I was like, okay, I guess that's where I'll go. It's the one time it didn't happen.
Still you stand. How delightful.
I'll just wait till this is up. Now he's just faster. Oh, idiot.
Fenrir's power can be wielded in surprising ways.
Yeah, if somebody didn't tell me you were a Fenrir, I would have no idea.
His tentacles is to the sword.
Wow, I picked the worst one every time. Yeah. There's actually a big open spot in the center there. I gotta do more gold saucer before next Tuesday.
Master bird, but they're not out of the fight yet.
Yeah, gotta get that slice. There's actually a pretty decent pattern that you can follow for it. I just had to do the most movement, like, all 3 times.
You're mine.
I mean, we don't even have the tier yet. I don't consider normal modes a tier.
Avoided with ease. They knew just what to do.
Come on.
Try this.
Goodbye, sir. Whoop. Cruising at the apex. Alright, time for you to retire, idiot. Yeah, I'm always excited for Savage releases. Normal modes can be cool, but, I mean, I live for the Savages. BRC, thanks for the 108 months. There's also another resub I don't think I thanked earlier. Let me scroll back up. I think I was in the middle of something when it happened. I had to look through the list. Where is... There it is. Marty, thank you for the resub also.
It's all over. Until next time.
The faces we wear. I'm not taking those. Oh no, they jumped off. They'll never come back. You did it. You really did it. You're amazing, you know that? You were simply too strong for me. I gave my word, and I intend to keep it. I will retire from fighting. With this, I've escaped imminent death, but I've also lost my purpose in life. Tell me, what am I to do with myself now? I truly don't know. Let us avenge Brute Bomber together. The President has sacrificed the lives of countless fighters for the sake of entertainment, and as good as killed my friend. I ought to despise him, I know. But as I said before, we owe everything to him. That's why we continued to fight willingly, even if it meant dying for our illness. You fool. You can't tell me that the Brute Bomber went willingly to his death. There are people who care for you, even if you don't seem to care for yourself. All this time, Eutrope's been fighting alone to try to save you. What? She vanished without a word soon after we developed symptoms of psychonecrosis. I searched and I searched, but could find no trace of her. I was more shocked than anyone when she suddenly showed up and challenged Slacka. Seeing how strong she still was, I assumed that her symptoms had abated. She decided to resume fighting. Let me make it crystal clear. You've been using your debt to the President as an excuse not to face the bitter truth. And in doing so, you've lost sight of those dearest to you. It was in order to save you that Eutrope went after Slacka for his soul. She thought it was clearly she was the only way she could be with you, who could see no life outside the Arcadian. I have no words. You're right about everything.
The choices I've made here have been out of fear that I would no longer be the Howling Blade. That's why I did nothing to stop my friend, even though I knew he was going to his death. Forgive me, Hector. I should have tried to save you like they did. Thank you for bringing me to my senses. The President has done enough harm. I will help you stop him.
It's heartening to count the Howling Blade himself as our ally.
The Howling Blade is no more. From now on, it's simply Retsara.
Let's continue talking at my gym. Eutrope and Nauni are there, and they'd be happy to see you. No, I'm happy.
Understood. There's one matter I need to tend to, so I'll meet you there shortly.
All the Arcadian fighters, we must team up. We need a tag team match against the President where we just tag in the competitors who are still alive once they're cured. One sec. Alright. Oh. I'll probably want to check the loot. I'll probably just use my crafted stuff, to be honest. I could technically use the normal mode or tome stuff, but I could just, just to get rid of the skill speed that I picked up. That's probably what I'll do. Probably tome one piece, and I doubt I'm even going to bother with any of the normal pieces. All the left side aiming stuff is pretty on point. Here they are! I knew he was going to get the cats.
Pets are forbidden where I live, so I was hoping you could look after these little ones.
We'd be glad to. Nauni has been wanting to adopt a cat. It's ironic for a Mikote to want to adopt a cat, but I'll take it. She must be upstairs with Eutrope. I'll go see how they are.
May I come too?
Of course. You and Eutrope have a lot of catching up to do, I expect. Now I play with the cats. I am the cat master. They're not here. Of course they're not. The President has kidnapped them. We have a situation. Nauni and Eutrope are gone. Nauni wouldn't take Eutrope outside in her current state, and her terminal was left on the bed. Something's happened to them. Metem? Familiar voice. Slacker, the unenhanced warrior. For your contributions to the excitement provided by Essentia Arcadia, you have my utmost esteem. That voice. It's the President. However, alright, maybe it's not. Metem. I feel like he'd know the difference between Metem and the President at this point.
However, I cannot suffer anyone to rewrite my script. And so as a safeguard against further deviations, I have taken Eutrope and Nauni into my care. After some coaxing, Metem divulged to me that you wish to cure Psychoncosis. And it just so happens I know where you can find the stimulant you seek. The drop of life, it's called. What do you want from us?
Two simple things.
Slacker must continue fighting at the Arcadian. You must never again meddle with my script. Nothing needs to change otherwise. If you become Grand Champion, Slacker, our sole repository will be at your disposal. I will even disclose the location of the Drop of Life. That is all. I look forward to seeing your exploits at the pinnacle of the Ascension Arcadia Championship, the heavyweight division. So the president was a step ahead of us. One wrong move and Eutrope and Nauni will come to harm. Seems we have no choice but to place our hopes on Slacker. I won't let you down. Thank you. As your second, I'll continue doing my best to support you. As will I. I won't turn a blind eye to the President's depraved actions any longer. Never again will I let anyone be taken away from me. Meow. Can't wait for him to have the red chocobo feral soul. Sorry, I'll be fine. As long as we do what the president says, no harm should come to my sisters. Now, ahead of your campaign to become Grand Champion, I want you to prepare as best as you can in your own way. Whether you train to hone your skills or rest to recover your strength, see to it that you're ready to fight your next fight. I'm truly sorry to place so much on your shoulders. But you're the only one we can depend on. Please come and find me here when it's time for the heavyweight matches to begin. Will do. Overall, very good. I had a feeling once we figured out that Brute Bomber was gonna go all the way. Like, I mean, it was something we figured out before we even saw it. That he was just either gonna succumb to Psychoncosis and that was gonna transform him, or we just figured that boss was him, effectively. And that was enough to kind of see where it's going. But they had to give him cats. They were like, how can we make this extra sad to watch? I know. Let's give him pet cats. The sons of bitches. They knew it. And a close childhood friend that happens to have had a relationship with the very family we're assisting. They're all intertwined. Oh, the president. I can't wait to find out that the president is just another Sphene. It's like, not another one! How are there so many of you? Yeah, I think most people probably still assume it's Metem. Oh, Mr. Metem, it's Fiends all the way down. But all the way, it's been really good so far. I've really enjoyed the Arcadian. And that was a really good normal mode tier to boot. Obviously, that wasn't my first time doing all the fights I did them yesterday, but solid. I'm very much looking forward to the finale of that one. Especially for the music and the over-the-topness of the heavyweight division. That's, they really amped it up with this one, so I expect that's going to be quite the time.